Air Force Menwith Hill, or more simply RAF Menwith Hill, is a Royal Air Force station near Harrogate, North Yorkshire, England, which provides communications and intelligence support services to the United Kingdom and the United States of America. The site contains an extensive satellite ground station and is a communications intercept and missile warning site, and has been described as the largest electronic monitoring station in the world. RAF Menwith Hill is commanded by a Royal Air Force officer, supported by an RAF element, whilst the majority of support services were provided by the United States Air Force, 421st Air Base Group until 2014. The site acts as a ground station for a number of satellites operated by the U.S. National Reconnaissance Office, on behalf of the U.S. National Security Agency, with antennae contained in a large number of highly distinctive white domes, and is alleged to be an element of the Echelon system. History. Menwith Hill Station was opened on 545 acres of land acquired by the British War Office in 1954 and leased to the United States. The United States Army Security Agency established a high-frequency radio monitoring capability, monitoring communications emanating from the Soviet Union, operating from 1958. In 1966, the National Security Agency took on responsibility for the U.S. operation of the site, expanding the capabilities to monitor international leased-line communications transiting through Britain. The site was then one of the earliest to receive sophisticated early IBM computers, with which NSA automated the labor-intensive watchlist scrutiny of intercepted but unenciphered telex messages. During a 1997 court case, British Telecom revealed that in 1975, its predecessor, the Post Office, installed two cables between Menwith Hill and a coaxial cable that connected to the microwave radio station at Hunter's Stones, which was part of the long-distance telephone network. This connection was replaced in 1992 by a new high-capacity fiber optic cable. Later, two additional cables were added over which telephone and other communications could go to and from the base. These cables were capable of transmitting over 100,000 phone calls simultaneously. In March 2012, researcher Dr. Steve Schofield produced a 65-page report called Lifting the Lid on Menwith Hill, funded by the Joseph Rowntree Charitable Trust and commissioned and published by the Yorkshire Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament. Menwith Hill's primary mission is to provide intelligence support for UK, US and Allied interests. The base's multi-million-pound expansion, Project Phoenix, is one of the largest and most sophisticated high-technology programs carried out anywhere in the UK over the last 10 years. Of the 1,800 employees in 2012, 400 were British and 1,200 were American employees of the NSA. During an interview with Russia Today in April 2012, Schofield alleged that Menwith Hill was involved in drone attacks. He said, "The ICAR Euro unregistered trademark S providing a facility here thought a Euro unregistered trademark S involved in drone attacks that we know, from independent assessments, are killing and injuring thousands of civilians, and because of the cover nature of that warfare, ETA Euro unregistered trademark S very difficult to provide information and accountability through the UK Parliament. And yet these are acts of war. And normally when we have war, Parliament should normally inform people that we Euro unregistered trademark re-involved in those. And we Euro unregistered trademark re not being informed. We Euro unregistered trademark re kept entirely in the dark about them." During the 2009 G20 London Summit, NSA intercept specialists based at Menwith Hill attempted to target and decode the encrypted telephone calls of the Russian President Dmitry Medvedev. Echelon Interception System. Investigative journalist, Duncan Campbell, revealed in 1988, in an article entitled Somebody's Listening, and published in New Statesman, the existence of the Echelon Surveillance Program, an extension of the UK-USA Agreement on Global Signals Intelligence SIGINT, and detailed how the eavesdropping operations worked. Duncan Campbell presented a report commissioned by STOA concerning the Echelon system, at a hearing of the Committee on Citizens' Freedoms and Rights, Justice and Home Affairs on the subject the European Union and Data Protection, which prompted the European Union to set up the Temporary Committee on the Echelon Interception System. On July 5, 2000, The European Union set up the European Parliament's Temporary Committee on the Echelon Interception System stated that the global system for the interception of private and commercial communications was operating by means of cooperation proportionate to their capabilities among the USA, the UK, Canada, Australia and New Zealand under the UK-USA. It seems likely that its name is in fact Echelon. The committee raised concerns about the incompatibility of the interception of private and commercial communications with the fundamental right to respect for private life. They were also concerned that interception of commercial communications could be used for competitive intelligence gathering rather than combating corruption. During the early 1970s, the first of what became more than 8 large satellite communications dishes were installed at Menwith Hill. In 1999 he wrote a report on COMINT entitled Interception Capabilities 2000 for the European Parliament. In 1996 author and investigative journalist, Nicky Hager in his book entitled Secret Power, New Zealand a unregistered trademark's role in the international spy network, provided a detailed account of Echelon, the worldwide electronic surveillance system used by an intelligence alliance of the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia and New Zealand. In November 3, 1999 the BBC reported that they had confirmation from the Australian government of the existence of a powerful global spying network codenamed Echelon, that can eavesdrop on every single phone call, fax or email, anywhere on the planet with Britain and the United States as the chief protagonists. They confirmed that Menwith Hill was linked directly to the headquarters of the U.S. National Security Agency at Fort Meade in Maryland. Demonstrations. Between 1984 and 1995 a number of peace camps were established in close proximity to the station. A number of other individual protests have also taken place, predominantly related to nuclear proliferation and strategic missile defense. Protests also occurred at other U.S. military locations in the UK such as Greenham Common. Objections to the Strategic Defence Initiative have led to demonstrators storming the perimeter fence and to demands in 2007 from Labour MPs for a full debate about missile defence in Menwith Hill. Actions continue into 2006. One particular local activist, Lindis Percy, was prosecuted, over a protracted period, under a number of different laws. In April 2012 activists affiliated with the Global Occupy movement held a 4-day campsite at Menwith Hill. Protesters said they hoped the camp would reignite the debate locally, nationally and globally about whether the subversive and undemocratic nature of activities at the base are acceptable, or indeed accountable, to the British public. This debate however, never happened outside of the fringe elements of society. See also, List of Royal Air Force stations, Listening Station, Menwith Hill Elementary High School, United States Air Forces in Europe, United States Air Force in the United Kingdom. Notes. References. External links, Lifting the Lid on Menwith Hill, The Strategic Roles and Economic Impact of the U.S. Spy Base in Yorkshire, by Dr. Steve Schofield published by Yorkshire CND, March 2012, Menwith Hill, Federation of American Scientists, Menwith Hill, Yorkshire CND, UK Secret Bases, official RAF site, Michael Dickinson. The Trouble with Menwith. Counterpunch.